How this NBA star became a homeless man. When you think of the NBA, you think of dunks, three-pointers, and superstardom for those who make it to the elite ranks of the championship. Like with any sport, the stars are often young when they are drafted from college into the NBA. It can be hard to keep your head on straight when you can get virtually anything you want. But what happens when your head isn't on straight? When the trials of the past and present continue to play havoc in your personal and professional life, and what happens to those who suffer these faults? This is the story of how this NBA star became a homeless man. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and ring the notification bell as we begin. Delonte Maurice West is former professional basketball player who played in the NBA for the Boston Celtics, Seattle Supersonics, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Dallas Mavericks. But it wasn't always the creme de la creme for West. He's described his childhood as happy poor and has said that he lived throughout his childhood with various relatives. His parents divorced when he was young, and he was bullied for having red hair. As a multiracial, comprised of African American, Piscataway Native American, and white American genes, red hair is a rarity. And he also had a pork wine stain birthmark near his lip, which might explain how cruel kids could cause havoc for him emotionally. It would be difficult for him to fit in, but he hadn't yet found his talent. He became aware of his talent at basketball at a young age. Given such a rough childhood, basketball was all he really had. It made up a huge chunk of his identity. However, when he was 12, he suffered his first injury, which kept him from playing for months and sent him into depression. His mother, not knowing what to do, sent him to live with his father. But his father barely cared at all about his mental health and emotional issues, and the local area was rife with temptations, which began his affair with prescription drugs and alcohol. Eventually, he did heal and was able to get back on track, distracting himself from his demons by playing the game he loved so much. After attending Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Maryland, he headed to St. Joseph's University, where he played in school along with fellow future NBA alumnus Eddie Baston. Following on from high school, West would form what was widely regarded as the best backcourt in the country, along with future multiple awarded winner Jameer Nelson. They led the school to a 32 record, which put him in the NBA's crosshairs. Picked up by the Boston Celtics as the 24th pick in the 2004 NBA draft, he struggled with injuries during his first season, beginning many games on the bench. Traded to Seattle and then again to Cleveland, by 2008, West had signed a 3-year, $12.7 million contract with the Cavs and became a starter for the team in the shooting guard position. He was teaming up with LeBron James and making a name for himself in the spotlight. And it was now that, for better or worse, the world began to notice Delonte West. Unfortunately, his years with the team were also marred with controversy. He was reported to have lashed out at teammates in the preseason, and the team forced him to take time off and see a doctor. This led to him being diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which causes extreme emotional highs and lows. Medication and help seemed to work for a while, but unfortunately, no one knew about his bizarre personal life. In September 2009, West was pulled over for a traffic violation while riding a motorcycle and was discovered to be holding a 9mm Beretta and a Ruger 357 Magnum and a Remington 870 shotgun. This made headline news nationwide and shone a huge light on his personal life. He got away lightly with 8 months house arrest, 2 months of supervised probation, and 40 hours of community service. Another controversy happened in the 2009-10 playoffs. But after a 2-1 start against the Celtics, the Cavs lost 3 straight games, leading journos to publicize LeBron's meltdown, trying to find the cause. What they uncovered, though, was a huge surprise. Delonte West was sleeping with LeBron's mother. LeBron had obviously been thrown off his game by this, and West was traded to the Timberwolves, who passed him back to the Celtics. He had the worst year of his career and got dropped quickly, ending up somehow with the Dallas Mavericks. However, the 2011 NBA lockout happened based on disputes between the players' union and the owners. This meant that West wasn't getting a regular paycheck, and he hadn't exactly invested his money wisely. Despite having $1 million home, Delonte had to get a job at Home Depot and started selling his memorabilia. Not even for money, just to make the pain he was in go away. The NBA restarted in 2012 and he had a solid season with the Mavericks, but his criminal record wouldn't allow him to get a home in Dallas. He had to sleep in his car and the locker room. Fortunately, Mark Cuban hooked him up with a place to live, but West couldn't protect himself from, well, himself. He signed another year deal with the Mavs, but in the 2012-2013 preseason, he went nuclear on his teammates, and even the Mavs had had enough of West. He was suspended, but only 10 days later, he went ballistic again after another loss. This led to him being waived from the team, marking the end of his career. Since his home overlooked the Mavs arena, he would watch the fans entering and cry his eyes out. He played in China and Venezuela for a while, but ultimately returned to the US in 2015 and played for the Texas Legends in the G League. But yet another injury ended his career and paved the way for his road to ruin. He completely disappeared and no one knew what happened until a fan found him in 2016, taking pictures that went viral, where West looked up to be completely out of his brains and wearing a hospital gown. And after that, nothing for years. That was until 2020, when a graphic viral video showed him being beaten up in the middle of a highway. The second part of the video showed West delusional, shirtless, and in handcuffs, ranting incoherently. Following on from this, his college teammate Jameer Nelson released a statement stating the importance of mental health and claiming that he was trying to help him. However, nothing really came of this, and West would disappear again soon after. He re-emerged in September of that year, captured in a heartbreaking photo holding a cardboard sign and begging for money. This time, the NBA rallied together. Absolutely anyone who had ever known West was posting online, offering help. Even LeBron James offered to fly him to Los Angeles, but no one knew where he was. Fortunately, someone found him, Mark Cuban. Most recently, Cuban has shared a couple of pictures of Delonte kayaking and riding a horse, with the caption, "Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Delonte West. A long, long way to go, but he's taking the first steps and share these with all of us as a thank you for the love and support." He even has a job, working for the rehab center that he attended. This may be his last chance, but at least he's apparently learned from the first rule of mental health problems. It is always okay to ask for help. Good luck, Delonte! And thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please like, remember to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell for notifications. Take care of yourself and see you next time.